Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we are going to be looking into the hybrid mods, strong PvP mods, and surprisingly very free-to-play friendly. I've been having some suggestions from some of the viewers to make a free-to-play friendly and not including Chaos, Holy, or Shadow Immortals. This mod is, in my opinion, the best elemental mod out there that do not include one of the Shadow, Holy, or Chaos Immortals. This mod is very reliable. From early game to the late game, you can't go wrong with this mod. In this video, we're gonna deep dive down to what you can do with this mod, and also I'm gonna be free to play friendly instead of going full meta hybrid mod. So let's go take a look at the skills of the frontliners. Now let's go take a look at the frontliner skills. Here I picked out the most or the best free to play skills possible. I don't want to pick the high end like I said earlier because I want this to be as free to play friendly as much as possible. And the first skill is Cleave, Fighting Master, and Anger. Very good on Hannibal in this combo. And then you have Assembly Charge, Berserker, and combo on Alex. The other two skills here, Assembly Charge and Berserker, you can get them through the Legion of Frostborn shop over the time, so you have to work it out for I think 4 to 6 months time, depending how you do on the KVK. But in the KVK, if you do well, you can get them within 2 or 3 KVK, which is around 3 to 5 months. So you can work towards that. I think that's realistic for a lot of people. Of course, you have the high-end skills like Blade Vortex and this kind of stuff. You can put them in here, but in this video I will try to be free to play friendly as much as possible. As for the backliner, I put some twist skills in there because I think by the time of becoming like, now I'm assuming you have been playing for a couple of months already and you are able to get some of these skills. One of the first skills I will recommend is Spring of Life and No Escape. These are the pay to win skills. I only put 2 in this March so far, but if you do not have these skills, I recommend you the blessing skills. You have War Blessing, Defense Blessing, and Speed Blessing. You can put any of those here to replace the pay to win skills in the early game. But I think if you are going to aim for the pay to win skills, and I think 2 of these modules or 2 of these skills really worked out for you. And just to mention, Spring of Life is really good with Berserk Aura. These 2 auras is a very good combo to each other, and it will help your March become more defensive and last longer in the fight. And that's why I put them there in the March. But like I said, if you don't have Spring of Life or opportunity to get them, you should try to get one of the blessings. And if you want to upgrade that a little more, you can of course use the resist that against magical attack. You can see here as well, I put them there. And then you have Wine and Dine. I think that is pretty decent as well. And that's pretty much it for the skills. As a free to play, I think I can't come up with anything else, and I never use anything else either, because when I played this game and I had this mod, I managed to jump up to some of the 3 skills right away. Yet I haven't mentioned here, but this is kind of like a free to play build that I kind of used Like I said, instead of the Spring of Life and No Escape, you can use the Blessing skills, the Purple skills. They are still, or they are still pretty good in the beginning and the mid game, but once you come to the mid game to the late game, I think you should start thinking of trying to get some of the three skills, or you call it the pay to win skills if you want. Now that we are back into the game, let's take a look at the hybrid march right now. I'm going to show you guys some of the reports. You see here, very standard. You can choose to farm gnomes with this march. It works very good. I'm going to show you guys both high-end, hybrid, and then casual hybrid, like casual spenders hybrid and free to play hybrid. So let's go take a look at the arena. I would say this person right here has a pretty good one, although I would change out unforeseen with assembly, charge, skill, like I mentioned earlier in this video. He has pretty similar skills that I mentioned. Here he has the blessing skills. I did mention that as well. If you do not have Spring of Life or No Escape available, blessing like this is actually pretty good on this march. And as you notice right now that hybrid march is no longer main march for majority of the people. A lot of people choose to move away from that and try something else. And before we go any further, I just want to show you guys the counter for this hybrid march. One of them being this skill, Weakening Curse, basically reducing damage they deal by 70% until the target casts an ultimate skills. And since both of our frontliners do not cast any skills at all, this is instantly 70% until 45% into the match. Also, there are two immortals that I think counter this march pretty well. First of them being Elcid. Everybody knows that, and there were at one point people were running lightning solely because of the hybrid counter. And Elcid really strong against this type of marches, and also another one being Bjorn, because it reduces attack speed, but you need the artifact as well, and it reduced the speed by 50%, which is huge for this march, especially as a free-to-play. But if you have like a more high-end hybrid march, I think you can get away with it because a lot of the skills is more of the trigger skills. So that should be fine. Let me try to find one for you guys. Like this one, I think I just showed you guys this, but this one is pretty good. I fought against it before and I completely got wiped out. And you can see here a lot of other people like him have similar march, similar builds as well. I think these skills are easy to obtain and obtainable even for free to plays. I think you guys should focus on something like this. And if you go on one of free to play grinder, my friend here Mapify, he's a free to play grinder, and this is what he got so far. Blade Vortex, he got Toxin Barrier. This Toxin Barrier is just to counter another hybrid march. He was a part of my group, or is a part of my group that came from a server where there were plenty of hybrid march. It's the best march as a free to play, and we were encountering so many of them, and it was hard to beat for a lot of people. So we got this skill, and it's one of the skills that works very well against hybrid march. And you can see here he's running very similar to the others, and this one is pretty strong march as well. And if you're free to play, this one is very good from early to mid game. But once you are in the late game, like me and him are, we are aiming for something more, which getting more of the pay to win skills. So yeah, I hope I managed to cover a lot about this match, and I hope to help a lot of people that are free to play with this match. And I'm gonna show you guys some of the other builds right here. As you can see, it's very similar build to each other, and it's very good match, very good from early game to the late game, like I mentioned many times in this video. And you won't go wrong with this. So if, for example, today I choose to start over at a new account, I would definitely go with this march, like this build, or maybe not skill set, but definitely this type of march, the hybrid march, because it's easiest way to be strong, easiest way to basically beat your, I mean, like the enemies during your first Legion of Frostborn, during the first KE, like the Kingdom event, the fighting event against another color. This one is really, really strong. So yeah, that's it about this March. I hope I covered everything, and the weaknesses and the strength of this March. It has very few weaknesses compared to other marches, since this March is being basically free to play. Every emote is easy to get. You can grind them. Also, the best part of it, all the artifacts here are grindable as well. And you just try to grind up, be patient. When you want to get there, you will know what I'm talking about. And it's a very strong march. That's pretty much my conclusion of this march. There are a few weaknesses, and those weaknesses are basically pay to win weaknesses. I mean, the enemy has to have Bjorn or Elcid or Weakening Curse and Toxin Nova or Toxin Barrier, sorry. That's are the main weaknesses of this match. But other than that, you are fine. You are going to fight very well, deal a lot of damage, and it won't disappoint you. Thanks you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video.